In addition to the content guidelines we've talked about, APA style includes specific rules for formatting the content. As I mentioned in talking about the citations and references, this formatting can be helpful for readers, and it's also a signal that we're well versed in APA style. I know that a video talking about formatting a paper might seem like as much fun as, well, you get the idea. But I do want to offer some tips for working with APA style formatting. The APA style template in the course resources includes all of the components of an APA style manuscript formatted appropriately. You might want to download that file to reference. APA style manuscripts, whether they are proposals or reports, begin with a title page and an abstract. Notice that the headings on the two pages slightly different. The title page includes the words running head with just the R capitalized, followed by a summary of the title in all capital letters. On the abstract page and all following pages, we just include the summary in all capital letters. Notice that the title is formatted with each major word capitalized, different than in the references. It is centered, as is the author's name and university. The abstract is also on a separate page and does not indent the first line, like the body of the paper does. The word abstract is centered at the top of the page. There are three important format considerations in the body of the paper: headings, spacing, and indentation. The template explains optional headings and includes the required headings. Note that the title is centered but not bold-faced. The other headings in the body are bold-faced. Some are centered and some are not. Make sure to leave the required headings as they are in the template and they'll be correct. Paragraphs in the text use a standard indentation. We double space the text without additional space or line breaks. That might sound pretty straightforward, but it can get tricky. Microsoft Word tends to add extra space, so you'll need to make sure that's not happening. I'll explain how to do that in the next slide. Make sure you don't add any extra space though by adding line breaks or page breaks before or after headings. The amount of text in the template almost makes it look like the results section starts on a new page. It doesn't. After the abstract, the next page break will be after the discussion, so that the references start on a new page. You can remove any extra spaces between paragraphs in Microsoft Word by pressing the Ctrl and A keys on the keyboard to select all of the text, and then going to the Page Layout ribbon at the top of the document. There will be a section labeled Spacing with entries for before and after. They both need to be set to 0. The References section begins on a new page and includes the word centered references at the top, but not bold-faced. Each of the entries would be formatted with a hanging indent. The next slide will show you the easiest way to do that, and alphabetized by the last name of the first authors. Remember that the citations and references work together to help the reader locate information, so there should be an entry for every source cited, and only for the cited sources. That means you'll want to delete the examples in the template. To format your reference entries with hanging indents, select your references and then go to the Page Layout ribbon. You should see the word paragraph along the bottom of the ribbon and maybe below the boxes that say indent and spacing. There's a little button to the right of the word paragraph, and if you hover over it, you see an explanation of the paragraph dialog. Click on that little button to get to the dialog. About halfway down the dialog box, there's a section labeled Indentation, and to the right in that section, there's a drop-down menu labeled Special. Select Hanging and click OK. You should be all set. APA style emphasizes the functional aspects of formatting, making sure information is easy to locate and consistent. We've talked about how that can be helpful, but it means we can't have a lot of fun with formatting the document. Stick with the template.